here in San Salvador, or just outside of San Salvador, and here's a look at this absolutely stunning city. It's a city of about 1 million people, and then you can see San Vicente, the volcano, and a lake right below it. But this right here is all San Salvador, and it's pretty remarkable. We just landed about an hour ago, and we're here in El Salvador, learning a lot about the culture, about their love of coffee, and about the growth of this very special nation in Central America. So tomorrow's the seminar. It's for business people. Looking forward to it, but just really blessed to be here again in El Salvador. Hi, I wanted to show you this. This is like the lava fields as a result of one of the volcanoes. We're on the way out to this amazing lake and to see a volcano outside of San Salvador. But right here, what you're seeing now is actually volcanic rock as a result of a volcano in the early 1900s. I don't know if this video is capturing it well. You're actually seeing volcanic rock from the volcano over 100 years ago. The journey continues. Well, this is beyond spectacular. I'm here at El Boquerón, and this is a volcanic crater in San Salvador. Still on the first day here in El Salvador, but our hosts just picked us up from the airport and said, you want to see a crater, a volcanic crater that's spectacular. And I don't know if the video footage here can really do it justice, but it's this massive volcanic crater, and off in the distance you can see other volcanoes. But it's this massive volcanic crater, and it just you can see the sun, and it just goes right down into this incredible space. It just reminds me how breathtaking this world of ours is, and by traveling it gives you so much perspective on the natural beauty of the world and all the different cultures and all we can learn from different people. I think we are all members of one tribe, but we can learn so much from each other. We have so many common similarities in our common humanity. And yet there's so many things that are marvelous about each other in terms of our different cultures. And this volcanic crater is so spectacular, and I'm glad you're with me on this journey through El Salvador. Well, here's something I'm very excited to share with you. I'm probably about half an hour outside of San Salvador, and I'm at an archaeological site that is 1,500 years old. It's actually a Mayan site. And in roughly 500 AD, there was a community who lived here, a Mayan community who lived here. And then in roughly 650 AD, there was a huge volcano, and the volcano erupted, and this whole community was covered by ash. And a number of years ago, actually in 1976, they were doing some construction, and a bulldozer discovered this whole Mayan civilization here. And I just want to show you, this right here is actually a Mayan house. And you can actually see the bedroom. This is actually another Mayan house, and you can see the whole archaeological find for this place right here. And I hope you can see this, but you could probably see these ridges down there, and that actually is where rows of corn for the family who lived in this house right here. This was their rows of corn, and they would survive off of that. And because of the volcanic ash, the rows have actually been perfectly kept. And again, you can see other houses in this former Mayan community. And you know, the Mayans were actually pretty remarkable. The more I learn about them and the more I read about them, they had advanced mathematics, they used astrology, and in many ways they were just brilliant thinkers. And part of leading without a title is understanding different cultures, as I mentioned earlier, and seeing how sophisticated in many ways we used to live. And getting back to some of those values about imagination and about community and about some of the simpler but more important pleasures of life. So again, I hope you've enjoyed this Mayan site. Pretty breathtaking to have a look at it. I just have to take this opportunity to show you the final site here. And by the way, this Mayan community, this archaeological dig that was discovered in 1976 has been declared, I believe in 1993, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So what you're seeing is actually property of humanity. I mean, this is part of the culture of the world. And I want to show you this one structure in particular. This was actually for this Mayan community. this was actually the shaman's home. And they discovered seashells in there when they found the site, and they discovered his knives, advanced tools, and jade stones. And these are all things that the shaman who lived in this house right here, he would use to help people heal. He'd help people who were sick get healthier. He'd have people think better. He basically contributed to the general wellness, to use the modern word, of this entire Mayan community. And again, you're seeing the UNESCO World Heritage Site right here, just outside of San Salvador. And again, I want to read a little bit more about the Mayans, because I think they were remarkable thinkers. And we know in business, it's the person who is the best thinker that ultimately achieves the best results. We live in a world really where ideas are commodities of success. Of course, execution is unbelievably important. You have to have a bias towards action, but it all begins with great ideas. And that's one of the exciting things about leading without a title. No matter who you are, no matter what your title is, no matter where you live, you can get up every morning and you can divorce yourself from the noise of the world, all the negativity of the world, especially right now, with the economies that we see around the world, and you can focus on thinking beautiful thoughts that are going to add value to your organization, your stakeholders, and ultimately to the world around you. So I hope you've enjoyed this part of my trip to San Salvador. Hi, I'm here in San Salvador, and this is Antipecla. It's the market. And it's pretty remarkable here. You get to see all the different wares, and you get to see vegetables, and this is life in San Salvador here at this market. So I hope you've enjoyed that view of the market here. Presentation went really well today. We had about 500 people show up from the business community here in San Salvador, and just a tremendously passionate audience who was so excited about learning about leading without a title. Here, look at the main square here. Gorgeous, gorgeous architecture. One of the buses, and hope you're enjoying being with me here in San Salvador, in the great Central American nation of El Salvador. Adios. Well, we're getting to the end of my trip here to El Salvador, and I'm going to miss this country. I've met so many great people. I've had so many great conversations. I've seen a Mayan site. I've been to El Boquerón, the crater. I've had great coffee. I've learned a lot about a new culture. My first time here, but definitely will be back again soon, and helped spread this message about leading without a title, and reminding people that no matter where you are in the world, it's important to take personal responsibility for being great in your work, but also great in your life, because life is ultimately pretty short. I wanted to, towards the end of this trip, I wanted just to show you a really beautiful sight. We're at this volcano. I don't know if the camera's going to be able to capture the beauty here, but that's a volcano up there off in the distance. And all around the volcano is this magnificent still lake. And it's almost like a little slice of paradise here. And I just wanted to leave you with this impression that I have of El Salvador, a truly beautiful country, beautiful nature, beautiful culture, but most importantly, beautiful people. This world is a pretty special place. Thanks for being with me on my trip to El Salvador. Bye-bye.